What if you could pull in 10 grand a month? Not by grinding it out, climbing some corporate ladder, but by using what's already in your head. Today, we're going to break down a whole new blueprint for wealth. It's how people are ditching the 9 to 5 for good and actually building a life of freedom.
All right, so first things first, we've got to talk about why that old path, the one our parents took, just doesn't really cut it for a lot of us anymore. That traditional career route, it's got some major roadblocks when you think about what we actually want out of life, both in terms of money and, well, living.
So you can see it laid out right here. We're really at a fork in the road. On one side, you have the old route. Yeah, it's predictable, but it's also got a ceiling. You're stuck trading your hours for dollars. Simple as that. But this new route, it's a total game changer. It's about turning what you know into your own business. And the best part? The potential is literally unlimited. We're talking real freedom, real ownership. And here's a little reality check for you. This number, $5,316, that's the average monthly salary in the US, according to the Social Security Administration. Think about that. Just over 5 grand a month. That's a long, long way from our goal of 10,000, right? It just goes to show you how low that ceiling on a typical job can be. So that brings us to the million-dollar question, or I guess the $10,000 a month question. If the average is just over 5 grand, how in the world do you get to 10? And let me tell you, the answer isn't just work harder or get a 10% raise. No way. It's about completely changing the rules of the game. And that brings us to the core idea here, the huge mental shift you have to make. You've got to stop thinking your time is your most valuable asset. It's not. It's what you know, your expertise. That's the real gold. And listen, you do not need a PhD or some fancy degree for this. Seriously, we are all experts in something. It could be from your job, sure, but it could also be from a hobby you love or just a life experience you went through. I mean, I recently saw someone making over 20 grand a month selling a guide on how to raise chickens in your backyard. Chickens! That's what I'm talking about. Your unique knowledge, whatever it is, that's the raw material for this whole thing. So the trick is finding this sweet spot, right where what you love doing, what you're good at, and what people actually need all overlap. That little intersection, that's your gold mine. That's where you find an idea that's not just going to make you money, but one you'll actually be excited to wake up and work on. And if you're kind of scratching your head thinking, what am I an expert in? Well, check this out. Forbes pointed out these 4 areas as being super high income skills that are pretty much future-proof. Things like building a brand, AI strategy, digital persuasion, leadership. If you have any experience in these areas, you're sitting on a highly marketable asset. People will absolutely pay to learn this stuff from you. Okay, so let's say you figured out what your expertise is. Awesome. Now what? Well, the next